The night is quiet, A patrol car sits parked at a gas station. Dashcam POV inside a patrol car scanning the lot. Then a vehicle catches an officer's eye. Maybe it has a broken rear window. Maybe it has illegal window tint. It could be something simple, like a minor traffic violation. The officer decides to make a stop. It starts with a small detail, a reason to check on a driver. The officer pulls onto the road and follows. The goal is a routine traffic stop. The officer turns on the patrol car's lights. The familiar red and blue colors flash across the darkness. The siren follows, a sound meant to command attention. The officer expects the other vehicle to pull over to the side of the road. Most drivers do. They find a safe spot, put their car in park, and wait for the officer to approach. It is a standard procedure, one that happens thousands of times each day across the country. But for some drivers, seeing those flashing lights in their rearview mirror triggers a different response: fear, panic. Instead of slowing down, the driver hits the gas pedal. The engine roars. The car surges forward, accelerating away from the patrol vehicle. This is the moment a traffic stop becomes a police chase. The decision to flee is a life-altering one. It introduces an extreme level of danger to everyone on the road. The initial reason for the stop, whether a broken taillight or something more serious, is now overshadowed by a new, more immediate crime: fleeing from law enforcement. The officer now has a new set of responsibilities and a difficult choice to make. The first few seconds of a chase are often chaotic. The fleeing driver may swerve through traffic, ignoring stop signs and red lights. They might cut through a private yard or drive on the wrong side of the road. The officer must react instantly. They must keep the fleeing vehicle in sight while navigating the same dangers. They have to report the situation over the radio, alerting other units to the developing pursuit. The quiet street is suddenly a scene of high-speed risk. The chase is on, and no one knows how or where it will end. From inside the patrol car, the world becomes a blur of speed and focus. The officer's hands grip the steering wheel. Their eyes are locked on the car ahead. The police radio crackles with urgent communication. This radio is a lifeline. The officer must clearly and calmly report their location, the direction of travel, and the speed of the pursuit. They describe the fleeing vehicle: a white Nissan, a red Chevy Cruze, a black pickup truck. Every detail is critical for the other officers who are responding to help. This constant flow of information is essential for coordination and safety. The radio traffic is a language of its own. Officers use call signs and codes. We're 1080, one might say, signaling a pursuit is in progress. They announce cross streets and landmarks. Northbound on Highway 42, approaching Conley Road. They update the traffic conditions. Traffic flow medium. This information helps supervisors monitor the situation. It also allows other officers to position themselves ahead of the chase. They can prepare to deploy tools or block intersections. The goal is to work as a team, even when spread out over miles of road. Pursuit tactics are more than just driving fast. Officers must constantly assess the risk. Is the public in danger? Are conditions too hazardous to continue? Sometimes the safest decision is to stop the chase. An officer might make this call if the motorcycle they are chasing hits 100 miles per hour on city streets. The risk to the public becomes too great. The officer radios in that they are backing off. They might continue to follow from a distance, or hope another unit can safely intervene later. This decision is one of the hardest an officer has to make. As the chase continues, officers have to anticipate the fleeing driver's next move. They watch for sudden U-turns or attempts to drive on the shoulder. They keep a safe following distance, trying not to get too close, which could escalate the danger. The officer is not just a driver, they are a strategist, a communicator, and a protector, all at once. They are operating a powerful vehicle at high speed, managing a radio, and thinking several steps ahead. It is a moment of intense pressure, captured in stark reality by the lens of the dashcam. When a chase becomes too long or too dangerous, officers have tools to try to end it. One of these tools is the stop stick. These are strips with sharp spikes laid across the road in the path of the fleeing car. The goal is for the vehicle to drive over them, puncturing the tires. The tires then deflate slowly, causing the car to slow down and become more difficult to control. This can bring a high-speed pursuit to a safer conclusion. But deploying them is not simple. It requires timing and coordination. Officers must get ahead of the chase to place the stop sticks. They have to find a safe place to do it without endangering other drivers. The fleeing driver, however, is often looking out for police activity. If they spot the officer on the side of the road, they might swerve violently to avoid the sticks. A sudden, sharp U-turn at high speed can cause the driver to lose control and crash, sometimes flipping the car. The stop sticks are a useful tool, but their deployment is another moment of high risk in an already dangerous situation. Another technique is the pit maneuver, which stands for Pursuit Intervention Technique. This is a deliberate and controlled collision. The officer uses their patrol car to tap the rear side of the fleeing vehicle. If done correctly, this tap causes the suspect's car to spin out and stop. The pit maneuver requires specific training and skill. The officer must judge the speed, the road conditions. A pit on a crowded highway or a wet road is far more dangerous than one on an empty stretch of pavement. Executing a pit is a split-second decision. The officer radios their intention. "I'm set up to pit." Then they accelerate, positioning their car alongside the suspects. The slight contact sends the other car into a spin. As seen in many dashcam videos, a successful PT can end a chase instantly. But it is not without danger. The spinning car can roll over, hit other objects, or even collide with the police car again. It is a forceful end to a dangerous situation, and like all pursuit tactics, it carries the potential for tragic consequences. Why do drivers run? The reasons vary. Some may be wanted for serious crimes. They might have a warrant for their arrest, or be linked to a drug task force investigation. For them, getting caught means facing severe consequences. Others may be driving a stolen car. Some might be under the influence of alcohol, or under the influence of drugs, which impairs their judgment and increases their panic. And sometimes the reason is as simple as not having a driver's license, or not having insurance. Whatever the motive, the choice to flee is a desperate gamble, a bet against long odds. Once the decision to run is made, the driver's actions often become increasingly reckless. Speed is the most common factor. Dashcams record pursuits reaching 90 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, 140 miles per hour. At these speeds, the laws of physics are unforgiving. A small mistake, a slight turn of the wheel, can lead to a complete loss of control. The drivers push their cars far beyond the limits of safety, flying down highways, weaving through city streets. They are not just outrunning the police. They are outrunning the inevitable consequences of their own speed. To evade capture, drivers resort to dangerous tactics. They swerve across multiple lanes of traffic, forcing other cars off the road. They drive on the wrong side of the highway, heading directly into oncoming traffic. This is one of the most terrifying scenarios for both police and the public. They pass large semi-trucks on the narrow shoulder, risking being crushed. They blow through red lights. They blow through stop signs without hesitation, playing a deadly game of roulette at every intersection. These actions show a complete disregard for their own safety and the safety of everyone around them. The dashcam footage captures this desperation. You can see the car ahead making erratic movements, blocking the officer's path. In one case, a driver in a gold Jeep rammed a police car before speeding off. In another, a woman who stole a patrol car made a sudden U-turn, nearly flipping the vehicle to avoid stop sticks. These are not the actions of a person in control. They are the panicked, irrational choices of someone who believes they have no other option but to keep running, no matter the cost. Every high-speed chase is a countdown to a potential disaster. The longer it continues, the more likely it is to end in a crash. The combination of extreme speed, reckless maneuvers, intense pressure makes it almost inevitable. A driver tries to take a curve too fast. A tire blows out. A miscalculation is made while trying to pass another car. In that instant, control is lost. The vehicle veers off its path, and the chase comes to a violent, definitive end. The dashcam continues to record as the scene unfolds in a matter of seconds. The types of crashes are varied and devastating. Some cars lose traction and spin out, slamming into a median or a guardrail. In one chase, a driver lost control and the car careened off the road, crashing into a utility pole and spinning into the woods. Other times, the crash involves another vehicle. A driver running a red light smashes into a pickup truck in the middle of an intersection. A stolen patrol car, trying to pass a semi-truck on the shoulder, slams full force into an innocent family's vehicle. These collisions are catastrophic. The physics of a high-speed crash are brutal. Vehicles are not designed to withstand such forces. Metal crumples, glass shatters. A car can flip and roll over multiple times, the roof collapsing under the weight. The impact can be so severe that the driver's seat is pushed halfway out of the cab. The wreckage is often unrecognizable, a twisted testament to the energy unleashed in the final moments of the pursuit. Smoke or fire can erupt from the mangled engine, adding another layer of danger for first responders. When the dust settles, a grim silence often falls over the scene. The roar of the engine is gone, replaced by the ticking of cooling metal and the continued crackle of the police radio. Officers rush to the wreckage, weapons sometimes drawn, not knowing what they will find. Is the suspect injured? Are they still a threat? Or has the chase ended in the most final way possible? The dashcam captures this tense moment of approach, the transition from high-speed pursuit to a scene of emergency response and investigation. The most tragic outcome of a police chase is the loss of human life. In many of the crashes captured on dashcam, the driver or passengers do not survive. The cause of death is often linked to two key factors: The violence of the impact, the failure to wear a seatbelt. When a car flips or collides at high speed, the forces inside the vehicle are immense. A seatbelt is designed to hold a person in place, protecting them from being thrown around the cabin, or worse, from being ejected from the vehicle entirely. Ejection is a recurring theme in these fatal pursuits. A driver, not wearing a seatbelt, is launched from the vehicle as it rolls over. Their body comes to rest on the pavement, often many feet from the wreckage. Medical experts know that the chances of surviving an ejection are tragically low. The impact with the ground or other objects causes massive, unsurvivable injuries. In one case, a driver was ejected and landed in the left lane of the highway. Troopers found her with a pulse, but her injuries were too severe. She did not make it. Even when not ejected, the injuries sustained in these crashes can be fatal. A head-on collision with a semi-truck is an unwinnable fight. The suspect is often found unresponsive inside the crushed vehicle, unable to survive the violent impact. In another incident, a driver hit an intersection and was struck by a pickup box truck. The airbags deployed, but they were not enough. The chase ended in a wreck he would never walk away from. EMS rushes to every scene, but sometimes there is nothing they can do. The audio from the dash cams tells a grim story. "He's not moving," an officer radios in after a motorcycle crash. After another crash, an officer checks the driver and reports, "No breathing. Faint pulse. Looks like a broken neck." These are the moments when law enforcement officers must transition from pursuit to first aid, facing the direct human consequences of the chase. They are the first to witness the ultimate price paid for the decision to flee. The silence in the car, the slumped posture of the driver, it's just devastating to see. The tragedy of a police chase is not always confined to the person who chose to run. Often, the greatest heartbreak comes from the collateral damage, the injury or death of innocent people. These are individuals who just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, driving home from work, running errands, traveling with their families. They had no connection to the chase, yet their lives were shattered by it. Their stories are a sobering reminder that the consequences of a pursuit can ripple far beyond the suspect and the police. One of the most devastating examples involved a woman who stole a patrol car and fled at over 100 miles per hour. While trying to pass a semi-truck on the shoulder, she lost control and slammed into a pickup truck. The impact was catastrophic. The suspect died instantly, but far worse, 2 innocent people in the pickup truck were also killed. They were simply driving on the highway, their lives stolen in a moment of chaos they did not create. The dashcam captures the horrifying aftermath, the smoke and wreckage, the officer's realization, they got hit. Even when innocent people are not physically harmed, the danger is immense. Every car on the road during a chase is at risk. A fleeing suspect driving the wrong way down the interstate forces other drivers to swerve to avoid a head-on collision. A high-speed chase through a residential neighborhood puts children, pedestrians, families, and their own homes in danger. The stress and fear experienced by these uninvolved bystanders is a real, though often unmeasured, part of the damage caused by a pursuit. This is why the decision to initiate or continue a chase is so heavily scrutinized. Law enforcement agencies have policies that weigh the need to apprehend a suspect against the risk to the public. The suspect's alleged crime is a major factor. Is it worth risking innocent lives to catch someone for a minor traffic violation? There is no easy answer. But the dashcam videos that show the tragic outcomes for innocent people serve as a powerful argument for caution. They highlight the immense responsibility that rests on the shoulders of the officers involved. You know, it's heartbreaking. Once the car has stopped moving, the work is far from over. The immediate aftermath of a chase is a scene of urgent activity. The first priority is medical aid. Officers on the scene immediately call for emergency medical services. "Call paramedics, he's down." An officer yells into his radio. Paramedics rush to the location. Firefighters rush to the location. Their job is to assess injuries, provide life-saving treatment, transport the injured to the hospital. They often have to use specialized tools like the jaws of life to cut people out of the twisted metal of their vehicles. If the suspect survives and is not critically injured, the scene transitions from a medical emergency to a law enforcement one. Officers approach the vehicle, often with weapons drawn, and command the suspect to show their hands. The arrest is made. The suspect is taken into custody and will face a range of charges. These can include felony fleeing, reckless driving. If they caused a crash that resulted in injury or death, they will face much more serious charges such as vehicular manslaughter. After the scene is secured, the investigation begins. The crash site becomes a crime scene. Investigators meticulously document everything. They take photographs. They take measurements. They examine the wreckage of the cars. They collect evidence. They also review all the available data from the chase itself. This includes the dashcam video. They listen to the radio logs to understand the communication between officers. They interview all the officers involved, as well as any witnesses. This investigation serves multiple purposes. It is used to build the legal case against the suspect. It is also used to review the actions of the police. Did the officers follow their department's pursuit policy? Were their actions appropriate and justified? After a chase ends in tragedy, especially if an innocent person is harmed, this internal review is intense. These investigations can lead to changes in policy or training, all in an effort to prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. The dashcam, once again, provides the key objective evidence for this critical process of accountability. Right, so it's crucial. Dashcam videos of police chases are more than just dramatic footage. They are powerful, unfiltered lessons about choices and consequences. They show us, in stark detail, how a single, split-second decision can unravel a life. The decision to hit the gas instead of the brake, to run instead of pulling over, sets in motion a chain of events that is nearly impossible to stop. These videos force us to confront the real-world results of that choice. Mangled cars, devastating injuries, the profound loss of life. The consistency of the tragedies is striking. Over and over, we see the same critical mistakes. Drivers reaching speeds their cars cannot handle. Drivers making reckless maneuvers that lead to a loss of control. And most consistently, drivers not wearing a seatbelt, leading to ejection and fatal injuries. These are not freak accidents. They are predictable outcomes. The videos serve as a clear and repeated warning about the dangers of high-speed flight and the importance of basic road safety. Wearing a seatbelt is not just a law, it is a simple action that can be the difference between life and death. These stories also highlight the immense pressure and difficult decisions faced by law enforcement. Officers must balance their duty to enforce the law with their duty to protect the public. The videos show officers making the call to disengage, recognizing when a chase has become too dangerous. They also show officers using trained techniques like the pit maneuver to end a threat. These are not easy choices, and they are made in fractions of a second under the most stressful conditions imaginable. The footage provides valuable insight into the complexities of modern policing. Ultimately, the most important lesson from these dashcam videos is a simple message of safety. Never run from the police. The potential for a tragic outcome is far too high. Pull over, follow the officer's instructions. A traffic ticket or even an arrest is survivable. A high-speed crash often is not. The road is a shared space where every driver's choices affect everyone else. By choosing to drive responsibly, by wearing a seatbelt, and by respecting the law, we can help ensure that our journeys do not end in tragedy. So, please be careful out there.